Hello, welcome back. Last time I finished Pipeland and pretty much all of my tasks in this game that I needed to get done. I have just a couple of tiny to-do items here in World 8. So for the most part, we can just enjoy the ride, enjoy the scenery. Bowser's very scenic valley here. In Dark Land. It's less dark than it was. This isn't just a pure black background. It's like sunset. Late sunset, sure, it'll be nighttime by the time we get to the actual levels in here. There are two that come very late on a third submap. There's a mushroom in here somewhere, I think. Next tank, maybe? Whoops, well, I bumped right into you. So these will push Mario, but not actually drive over him. I mean, unless I go all the way to the edge of the screen, that would do it. Oops. Weirdly, for an auto-scroller, the right side of the screen is kind of the safest place to hang out to some extent. Just because, like, nothing's gonna fire the moment it pops on. This is really where I want to be. Alright. Yeah. Well, okay, so the flame is moderately dangerous, I guess. But everything else, kinda safer to be over here. Alright, the tank where I died was this next one, I think, because I was not far enough to the right. I backed off. This does not have a power-up at it yet. Those don't come back. I knock them out and they're just gone. Huh. Oop. Was it a future level, like a different tank level that has the power-up? No, it's here. This tank has a little tiny propeller on it. That's not gonna take you anywhere. You're definitely just on the ground. It aspires to fly, but can't quite do it. Yeah, honestly not much going on in this level. If you hang out on the right side, just a couple of minor obstacles. And then a boom boom at the end, I think? Does he give me an item? I forget how this works. Yeah, because this is basically a Hammer Brother encounter. Got the big cannon on this tank. Kind of goes on for longer than feels necessary. Right, yep. No, it's a Boomerang Brother. So yeah, this was a Hammer Brother encounter. It just brought a bunch of vehicles with it. How's my inventory? I don't have any music boxes to try to put these things to sleep, but I know they don't sleep. Is that facing the other direction? Okay, this stage. I can't get down here this quickly. But there's totally a thing I want to try. This might be easier small, but I'm gonna be big. Since when have I done things the easy way here? Never. Anyway, so if you go through this much of the stage, and don't feel like doing the rest of it, there's a trick I used to do. Now, it's hard to tell if I'm actually doing it. Yeah, issue is, I don't know if Mario's about to get squished at the left side of the screen or if I've gone low enough. Do I need to go one tile lower? I am safe, okay. So that is the bottom of the ship. But yeah, you can totally just go under and swim and not deal with anything up above. It is still necessary to do that first little bit of the level because I could not get here. Let's see, I need to be that low at least. Couldn't get here on the left side. This water is very opaque. What is in it? It's orange. It's not lava. I can safely swim in it. It's just like dirty water, like sandy water or something. Let's see, and I can totally make it up here when that's at its lowest, right? Or do I have to get out earlier? No, I can totally make it up there. It's just hard to judge when is the right time. And I'm kind of on a cycle down here in the water that I can't escape so easily. Whoa, Mario, please don't do that. Oh boy, okay, well, this is a huge pain. Yeah, this technique is absolutely not worth it, I should mention. I'll try and escape this. I'm probably gonna run out of time doing this. It'd be better to mount back up on the boat earlier. Ah, it's totally possible though. Nope. Oh, almost! Like I had my foot on it, but it slipped off. No. Yes, I know, I'm trying, but like this is barely, like, almost impossible. I don't remember this part of this process. Maybe it was different on the NES. Ah! There we go, finally! That was way harder than anything I would have to do just going through the level normally. Good grief. Not worth it in the slightest. Okay, that's done. That's the only level you can do like that as far as I know. I mean, on the map, it's, you know, that's clearly presented as lava, but in the level it's just water. Maybe it's water, like, dyed to look like lava or something. That sounds like something Bowser would do. Alright, the hands. Make that sound? Instead of, like, the mushroom pop-up sound? How strange. Well, that was rude of you. Yeah, I was being rude to you too, though. Oh, well, that wasn't the way to go. Look at how the layering, like, alternates between the hammer being in front and the brother being in front. And it's not like every frame, it's every few frames. Probably one of those, like, anti-sprite cap measures. Yeah, so all those cases where you see on an NES things are flickering back and forth between different states, that's all intentional. None of that is just, like, that's a measure to allow more sprites to be drawn by alternating between frames. So PPU can only do so many at a time. I know a little bit about this. I haven't done a lot of NES programming. I'm learning things, though. One of these days I'll get there. But yeah, so like if things are flickering back and forth or changing layers rapidly, I'll get the last two just because I got all the rest. Yep, that's a measure so that like some things are not just permanently invisible. So I'm earning leaves. How many do I have? These levels are weird. Like, these aren't Hammer Brothers, these aren't regular levels. Yeah, I'm capped. Okay, things I don't need to keep stars. I have a use for most of the items here. Well, not these. These would just restart the world, though, wouldn't they? I should have thrown them away at the start of the world. Well, too late for that. Let's just use a star. I'm going to keep all my flowers and hammers for Bowser. I'm going to use one of those on him. And leaves are generally useful. P-Wings, I want to bring a P-Wing to Bowser too. I have a lot of stuff to do in Bowser's Castle. Is there a power-up in here? No. Here, though. It's best to let it... Oh, well, if I had knocked it to the right, maybe. Okay, well, here's an excuse to use a power-up in a moment. Up. So mushrooms, just generally useful. Leaves, very useful. To the point where I don't want to waste them if I can use something else. Here's a mushroom, that'll do. Right, and this stage is extra fun without a tail. Ships go so fast. But when you know what you're up against, it's honestly not that bad. Didn't I one-shot this on the NES without a tail? I think I might have. Let's see if the same thing happens here. It is a little easy to slip off. Momentum's kind of funny here with the way things are working, but it's mostly okay. For a real challenge, do this in a frog suit. I don't have one of those, though. There was a whole thing about that. Oh boy, okay, that all worked out. Yeah, so falling's a little bit of a hazard here. Flames are a slight bit of a hazard, but the real thing is flying wrenches. Alright, let's bring a tail. Let's have that experience. How many leaves do I have? Well, the 3 I just got, and that's actually it. Okay, that's enough. So, tail version of this. Probably a lot harder for 6-year-old me who could not hold the run button and tap the tail glide button at the same time. Super Mario World was a lot easier because you could just hold to glide with a cape. But I was older when I played that game. And I'd already learned the ways of the Mario 3 tail. Similar thing with note blocks, where in that game you can just hold. I never knew that until, like, I don't know, 5 years ago now or something. I assumed you had to repress just like in Mario 3, so I always did it. It worked, but I never tried it the other way until I was told. It's like, what? You can just hold the jump button on note blocks in Super Mario World? Turns out you can. I was trained the hard way, so I just always did it the hard way. Alright, so that's done. Now the actual levels of the world. So in one of these I can get a power-up which will despawn the angry sun. I'm gonna opt not to do that. It's the second one though. Here I need a tail to fly. There was nothing else to see in the sky. I checked pretty thoroughly, I recall. Oh boy, okay, well this is not going as I wanted it to, but yeah, that's kind of how this level goes. This is par for the course. That'll bot me, yes, I know. This little block structure feels like maybe a callback to Mario 1. There was a structure very much like this somewhere in that game. That's a star? Okay, well... Alright, none of that went the way it needed to. Right, I decided that star wasn't worth it before. Let's make the opposite choice here. I'm gonna actually commit to getting that star. Why do I always have to give myself an extra challenge in this level? I don't know, it just happens. It's so leafy. Bowser's pleasant lush forest here. Yeah, just the entire mood of this game is so different from its original version. It just weirds me out the way things are changed sometimes. Yeah, no, there is no world in which that star is worth it. Like, what would the star even do for me? Get me shot by bullets while trying to collect it. That's what it would do. That's its job. Okay, here we go. So, I have flight. I wonder if turtle shell's enough to knock out a boo. I think there's a flight spot over here that's totally a flight-compatible spot, but I'm not in a flight-compatible body. Even if it's not worth it, like I said, I want to... Well, I can pick it up, but now I can't do the rest of what I want to do. No, I'm not okay with skipping that bonus in the sky. It's part of the level. I have to get it. So what do you suppose is the theory of how bullet bills fire? So just like a piranha plant, they'll follow the rule where they will not fire if I'm standing right next to the thing. How quick do they fire after that? Does this just pause their timer? Okay, you know what? I might have to test this out. Alright, so I am here. You have both just fired. You both just fired. I gave you a long time. Now I'm standing here. No, they wouldn't have waited that long if the timer was just paused. Man, I don't know. I got the star somehow. I guess I'll just do this by luck and be okay with that. If that's the best I'm gonna get, it's fine. Alright, I'm gonna have to go the other way here. What? This level's a pain when you want to do this one specific thing in it. I will not be dissuaded, but I also will not go for that star. Too early. Whoops, that's not where I fall. Alright, so since Theory A with the bullet bills didn't pan out, Theory B now is that they still run their timer and they, like, if they would fire, they still go through with that process, it's just that the firing itself doesn't happen. So it probably still counts with its timer, and resets. Clearly the different levels of blaster have different timers on them. Because first they shoot together, then they desync over time. So I think that timer keeps running no matter what. If I'm standing close, the firing action just doesn't spawn a bullet. But the timer still resets so the next fire action happens at the same interval. That's my theory. So if I do basically those actions, I should always be able to get the star here. Okay, right, and I want to fly from over here. You go away, you were a troublemaker before. Everybody wants to make trouble for me here. It keeps happening. So if I go here straight away and just get the star, that's a way to do it. Okay, that's probably going to be the most consistent thing that I can do here. Oh, spawning a leaf erases a 1-up? Well, that's news to me. What? Oops. Those actions get me the star. Okay, and how much does a star help? A lot if I use it well. Just like, don't... Whoops. So I'm gonna say, without much doubt, 8-1 is probably the deadliest level in this game. I mean, a lot of these are self-inflicted. But, like, they're not really. It's just that I'm a one-hit through this entire level if I come in without a mushroom. Until I've already done the secret here at the start, because I insist on doing that. That is a hard requirement, as far as I'm concerned, for completing the level. Like, it's not complete if I don't fly up there and get the secret. Have to do it, so we're doing it. Do not take your time. Oh, well, duck sliding is really hard to do! Good grief. Okay. Great. Well, that wasn't right. Each individual action here is not particularly hard, it's just that there's a long chain of them, and all of them have a reasonably high likelihood of going wrong. Like, there's just a lot of stuff that wants to kill me here. Alright, so, no more power-ups in this level. I've gotten all of them. You need to be dead. You need to not hit me, thank you. Alright, you're dead. Here we go. Now I can fly, probably. Can't kill that thing. This is not a great place to fly, actually. Kinda terrible. Well, yeah, great. I got the P speed, but so what? Okay, trial's not over at that point. Ooh. So here's a thought. I might want to actually save that star for on the way back, although... how would that actually help? Really? Yeah. Well, I don't think it would because it comes too late. So really I just want to take it now. Do a good duck slide through here, get this, knock out the turtle with it. Don't knock out the plant, use your tail for that. Alright, if I outrun the ghost, this is not enough room to fly. So it's gonna have to be over here, where there's a cannon firing at me at all the time. So... let's instead try over here. This, still not enough room to fly. There's enough here, probably, but there's, again, a cannon. And if I fly from here, I'm probably not making it where I'm trying to go. Well, too bad. Find a way. What do I run into if I do that much fly from here? I think I know where I am, so I didn't get over that wall. Of course I didn't, that was way too far away. So I have to go back manually? Alright. Well, that's gonna be a process. So first of all, you fire. So I know what cycle you're on. Okay. And then there's this wall. Oh, that's pretty serious. That is a major obstacle. So I'm gonna have to get flight here, I guess? How will that happen? Well, that's a problem. The ghost was coming. Okay, this is a puzzle I want to solve now. Whoop, whoop, what? Okay. I guess if I save the star, I could maybe use it for flight later? But see, I just don't think that's viable. Alright, that hazard's gone, I want this hazard gone. I think this spot here is still my best bet. Just don't be afraid of the blaster. See, know when it's gonna fire. Make sure it has just fired, go all the way to the right, then turn around, and that didn't work, okay? Whoop. There we go, I started the plant. Whoa. Okay. You get knocked out by this. Not what I want, I don't want to stomp on you. Ah, this is terrible. Okay, I'm gonna have to redo this. What a terrible environment for this. So I've somehow gotten your timer on a cycle where you're not... really? Just not firing. There you go. Alright. Just like to know when it's happening. Okay, so this should be safe and... oh! Okay, here we go. I'm flying. Can I get over that wall? Yeah, I can! There we go! Alright, so I guess that's how you solve the puzzle. Good grief. I mean... otherwise, you just bring a leaf or a P-wing from outside. That's the actual sensible way, but I refused. Oh, only the first one responds to the side that I bump the block from. The others just go to the right. Okay. And that plops me out here. Oh, that skips a lot of the level. Whoa, okay. So not only does it give you 1-ups, you actually, like, skip a huge chunk of the level. Okay. I think this was usually my preferred way to do that rather than engage with the note block, because again, they're kind of iffy if you're not confident in their bounce arc. Okay, hardest level in the game done. Yeah, I would say this surpasses Bowser's Castle, if that's the task you're trying to do at it. So, I know about the power-up down here, but I don't want to despawn the Angry Sun. I want to actually play with it. P-switch for these. There's that Angry Sun. Well, that P-switch did me a lot of good. Okay, that's fine. I'm doing this note block style. Ha! I have a tail, so that makes that nice and easy. Okay. Alright, now I'm up above the sun. Whoop. Which totally makes sense, don't worry about it. Okay. See, compare this to 8-1. I didn't have a special task to do here. That's the difference. And here are the two pipes that lead to each other and do absolutely nothing. So, fortress. This fortress is... it is. There's a lot to it. Let's see, if I go in this door, a leaf is available. Well, it would be if I were in a different state, but I can get there. Let's just do this twice. And with a leaf, I can just break my way through the back. Yeah, so... whoops! Well, that conveyor belt abducted me, but then didn't carry any momentum. Very effective at just dumping me in lava. Alright, so there's a mushroom somewhere on the front side before I go to the back side. And yeah, this place would be more confusing if you didn't realize it was a front-side, back-side sort of thing. And if doors could just lead anywhere as far as you knew. I don't know how long it took me to catch on that it was front and back like that. Anyway, conveyor belts, my nemesis. Oh, okay. So with a tail, just hold on to that thing, and there's no reason I'd want to go through that door. Oh, did I actually show there... it's going to be hard to do now. Not really. There are coin blocks here so that I can go through that door. Where does that one actually lead? Oh, here, okay. But hang on, there's a P-switch up there. What? Well, there it is. I'm gonna need some help to get up there. Oh boy, okay. So why do I want P-switch here? There was a reason once. Ah, for this secret door. Gets me a 1-up. Okay. There's like a whole lot of doors that lead lots of places. Where does this one go? Many, many door. There's a extremely slow diagonal thwomp. This is a 1-up, right? Yeah. Let's go on the front side for this, I guess? Sure. So that takes me this far. I no longer feel the need to explore every single corner of this level, because I've basically seen it. There are invisible blocks there. You're a star. I'm supposed to be P-switching here? Oh, I can't break that in this state. Oh, wait. Okay. Well, no star for me. So flipping... my tail sort of works when flipped, but there it sure wasn't breaking those bricks. It's like it changes its hitbox and it didn't go where the brick was while I was flipping or something. Yeah, the star is kind of a debuff of sorts because it messes with your jump. And what do you do in Mario games? You jump a lot. Now I have to wait for this to finish. Anyway, yeah, lots more to this fortress, but I showed it on loop 1. Oh, right, if I try to change my facing, I'm gonna stand up, because Mario can't just shuffle around while he's ducked. That's fine. And this is the last, no, second last level before Bowser. There's one more Armada. Alright, yeah, and that goes all the way back, sure. So, final Armada. Any items I want to use here? I can use a star. It wouldn't mean much, but let's do it. Guess it gives me an easy journey through here. I know I've been here with a leaf, but right now I don't have one. And I guess I do have to carry that from the fortress, don't I? Because I don't think there is a local power-up box here, is there? Oh, well, thanks, Babam. I don't know what was happening with hitboxes that you were able to hit me, but somehow that happened. Whoa, you threw high. I'm actually not 100% sure what determines how high they throw. I don't think it's as simple as just Mario's height, because wasn't I on the ground when he did that? Maybe it's random. Because they have like at least 3 different heights they can throw at. Alright, so waiting just to see what the situation was. Everything is fine. And that looks like the final tank. Hammer Brother? No, it's a Boom Boom. I guess only the first one's captained by a Hammer Brother. Boomerang, I guess, really. Alright, Bowser. So, my business with you. First involves a P-Wing. Let's do that at the beginning. So I'm going to go all the way along here. Don't get lasered. This run is guaranteed to end in death. I'll maybe explore the castle a little more after this. There's just this one thing I'm going to do first. Okay, careful with this thing. You can easily lose it here. P-Wing's not such a benefit when these are the hazards on offer. Okay, going this way. I'll see what that funny eye-searing room looks like in this version in a second. Alright, so last laser. Right, so the spot where I did not get myself trapped in the wall was at the end of this hallway. Hey, check it out, that actually looks like Bowser Fire now. Isn't that what it looked like before? Roughly? With a different palette? Maybe. Anyway, let's go into the wall. Oh, look, I get to see something really interesting. Oh, it's the other room! I can switch to the... Okay, that I did not expect. Alright, well, let's go into this wall then, and that'll actually go to the end. Okay, I'm glad I bothered to actually do this. That was super interesting. So this is all one room. Alright, other wall. This is the one where you get trapped forever and have to wait for timeout. Yep, and that's still true in this version. Wow, timer's long in this level. So do this to yourself, and you're just doomed to listen to this horrible P-Wing whistle the entire time for the whole 300 Mario time units there. Still worth it! Alright, I'm gonna bring... Alright, I have the 2 hammer suits. Let's try hammers first. No, I want to check something first, before I bring anything. I want to go to that funky room, just to see what it looks like. I don't really need to scout the castle, I remember what it's shaped like. Yes, so bringing hammers through there is going to be a process. I guess I'll use a star. And I have lots of those, so I'll use one now for convenience. And you know what? Let's also use a Tanuki suit. Sure. I was blue for a moment. Alright, yeah, so star and hammer together, we'll safely get through there. This room looks like... Oh, okay. Not that interesting. They removed a weird, unique background. I mean, this might be unique. But it's not weird in the way the other one was. There's nothing through there, it's just like the output of a door that goes through there. And I have no more business here as a raccoon. I mean, sure, this is fun, but I need to be in another suit. So down I go. Alright. Hammer duel with Bowser. Here's what I want to do. And can I still be in my suit when I'm rescuing Peach? She's not in this game, but when I'm rescuing Princess Toadstool. What am I going to do in this situation now? Probably die. Okay, that worked out. Alright, that was awkward. I forgot to star. That's okay. It would have been dissipating right about now. Can a hammer knock out a hotfoot? Yes! Okay, oh, interesting. So if that's something a hammer can kill that a statue can't? Well, imagine that. Am I going to take the shortcut? No. I'm actually not. When have I ever made this easy on myself? For whatever reason, I'm insisting on doing it this way. I can take a Putobo out, right? Stars can, I believe? I don't know about hammers. Well, you know what? Let's just try and dodge. Pretty sure I can do that successfully. Whoop! From here, I'll try hammering. It'll be easier to aim, kinda. There we go. Yes. Can be killed. And the rest are basically below me. And right, the upper path, I think, is generally the easier one, so I will continue taking this. This does still have a laser, but that's the only one. Alright, watch for Bowser fire. My fireproofness of the top of my head will not help me with that, I assume. I guess I haven't tested, but I don't want to. I want to keep my thing and get this done. Alright, Bowser boy. Let's have a duel. And wow, this is just like the lamest version of what was a spectacular song. I don't like it. Like, I kind of get what they were going for, but it just, and in my mind, it just does not work. There we go. Alright. Bowser's down. He falls so slow! Still makes a big thump, but he was floating down at, like, no speed. Alright. So I did it. I hammered Bowser. That's what I wanted. I think Fireball would work too. Oh, that's a unique sound. I don't remember that. Mario took off his suit. Also, this room is completely different. Huh. I guess the sun came up. I was at this all night. Got here at sunset. Maybe that was sunrise. Still telling the same joke. If somehow you're watching this without having played Super Mario 1, this is what you see at the end of Castles 1 through 7. Our princess is in another castle. Told you by a toad at the end. Maybe I'll do an LP of that game at some point. It'd be really short. Problem is, if I did that, I'd feel obligated to do a Lost Levels LP afterwards, and that might be a problem. Extra slow version of this ending song. Alright, but I appreciate the renditions. Desert Hill! These names are different! So that's Desert Hill instead of Desert Land. Is it not just land? Seaside. Oh shoot, I need to change my episode titles now. Big Island? What are these names? Alright, everybody who sees... I knew World 5 at some point was just called The Sky instead of Skyland. You know what? No, what? Iced Land? I guess to differentiate from Iceland. Pipe Maze, yeah, okay, I remember that one. This is a thing that never happened. Wait, no, isn't this part of a level right there? I kind of remember. Castle of Koopa. Just completely different names, except for Grassland. Grassland was still Grassland. The end. Alright. Do I still get the New Game Plus? It says push start, so probably. Oh, no, it says save. Oops! I quit instead of save and quit. Really? Start again just quits without saving? Really? So I didn't save? So the last time I saved is what this is gonna be like? Well, that's just silly. Yeah, World 3, that was the last time I actually saved as far as the SNES is concerned. Oh. Yeah, alright. That's not what I meant to do, but okay, I'm in here now. Alright, so that was Super Mario Bros. 3. Very thorough exploration of this game I used to love a lot and still certainly like a lot. It is no longer my #1 favorite game. Is it still in my top 10? I've played a lot of really good games since this, so it might actually not be. I don't know. I don't know what I think of this game these days. I have lots of fond memories of it. Going through it now, I mean, it was a lot of fun. I don't know. I don't want to be, like, weirdly down on it. This was actually pretty great. It's just... I'm ending with the version I like a lot less than the original version I played, but that is fine. I still appreciate the little celebration of what this game is and was. Alright, next time something else.